Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, joined by co-host Jeff.
What up, Mark? How we doing?
You know, it's another beautiful day here in the House of Draft. We're in the month of July, just kicking back, relaxing all cool, shooting some b-ball outside the school.
Cool is not what we're doing.
Oh,
cool in both regards. Neither of us are cool, and neither of us are in a temperature that can be considered cool because it's July and it's hot.
Yeah.
But I want to say something real quick.
Okay.
I'm kind of tired of 1 degree of separation. I'm ready for it to be done. I don't know why, but just today, I just woke up and I realized
I'm ready. We got a whole ass 5 months to go, Jeff.
We're really halfway through, so we got a way to go. But I'm just letting you know where I am, and just putting it out there. But we will see this to completion. We will finish 1 year of 1 degree of separation this December. It'll be a glorious day.
So why did you wake up feeling this way?
Maybe it's because I haven't really liked the last 2 movies. Now, I know you were all over The Last Samurai. It's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
I was not as warm on it.
Right.
And I felt very much the same way this weekend. I don't know how you felt about Interview with the Vampire, but I've definitely soured on it since I saw it originally.
Well, that's what we watched this week. Came out in 1994, runs for 2 hours and 3 minutes, rated R. It's directed by Neil Jordan, written by Anne Rice. Have you read any of her books?
I have not, but I did not know she did the screenplay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Stars Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Antonio Banderas, and I believe in her debut role, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. And let's get this out of the way off top.
Christian Slater's in it too, but very, very brief.
Yeah. I wouldn't, put too much like you said, he's barely in the movie. Apparently, though, she was actually in several films before this. She was in Bonfire of the Vanities, which is apparently a trash film. A movie called High Strung, a TV movie, a couple TV series, a movie called Greedy, and then this, I think, was like her breakout role. And she went to Little Women, Jumanji. So I didn't realize she's really been kind of consistently working since she was like 10 or 11 or however the hell old.
Well, I mean, yes, I actually, so like, I think my first movie that I ever saw her in was Bring It On, maybe. And the cheerleading movie, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but
no, I'm familiar, not seen it.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, very popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. I forget when it came out, but yeah, my computer just told me I'm low on disk space. Cool computer. But like, she was always kind of a favorite, and then the Spider-Man movies, right?
That's where I first I had seen, I guess, her in some of these other movies she's been in, but I didn't know who she was or her name or anything like that till Spider-Man came around.
Right. But like, I tell you what, this is my first, I think I told you last week, but this is my first time watching this movie completely all the way through, start to finish, sitting down at the same time. And I will tell you that she is far and away the best actor in this movie.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
Nobody touches her.
Right.
In this movie.
Which is wild.
And we've got Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, Tom Cruise, and Christian Slater to a lesser extent. She runs circles around everyone in the movie.
And she's like 11.
Right.
It's wild.
It's not even close. Like that, she was born in 82. This came out in 94. So she's 12-ish, 11 or 12.
Right.
And she steamrolls these guys.
It's so, and you said you're not high on this movie, and I am not either. This is not going to be a good review for me, but I don't understand what movie Tom Cruise thinks he's in and Brad Pitt thinks he's in.
I don't know. They're in a different film.
Yes.
They're in a British film with bad British accents. and Kirsten Dunst is in a good movie, and that's it. Like, Brad Pitt is one of the, I think, most on-screen charismatic people. Like,
yes.
When you see him on screen, he's like easy to like. Like if you've watched, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he's the best thing about that movie.
Yeah.
He's just is so interesting to watch, and he is so bland and devoid of life. And maybe that's the direction they were given. You're a vampire, you have no soul, and therefore you can't act like you have a soul. Also, here's some shitty makeup, and we're gonna draw veins on your forehead with Sharpie. Have a good day.
And then Tom Cruise, listen, I'm a big Tom Cruise fan. All right.
As am I, right?
He is he is so camp in this movie. And it's a wild contrast because like he's also supposed to be scary, and I don't understand. And like he's in the movie, I mean, for a good chunk of the first act, and then for a good chunk of the third act. And he's kind of missing from the second act. But I just like every time he's on screen, he's it's so the contrast in how either how he's the character is written, in which I don't know because like Anne Rice wrote the screenplay for this, and she's also a very accomplished writer. Like
she's known for her vampire novels,
right? Like, so like it's got to be a choice. It's got to be an actor choice here, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be over the top with this guy," and Brad Pitt's gonna play the straight man. Like it doesn't make any sense. And in the entire movie that I'm watching, that Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise are in the scenes together, I'm like, this sucks. Watching this sucks is because like Brad Pitt's acting like he doesn't even want to be there, and Tom Cruise is acting like he's in a fucking airplane movie.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's a slapstick, right? You know.
Like the movie Airplane. Yeah. I thought you meant a movie that takes place on an airplane. So I'm like, that's quite the criticism.
No, it's like it's very his role and his performance is very it's almost slapstick, and like it was a chore for me to get through this movie. I'll tell you that.
I agree. And here's the thing. I saw this movie in theaters and I thought it was awesome.
How old were you? How old were you?
Probably 14, 15.
Okay. And there's no boobies in it. Is there boobies in this?
No. Yeah, there are. But the woman is like in the middle of being assaulted and shit, so it's not exactly like my thing.
Weren't they doing it in a play? Like the vampires were like in a production,
but then they kill her right in the middle of the play. Right. So that there, I wouldn't say that there was any titillation for me in this one, but so I don't know why I liked it so much when I was younger. And there was this girl I was chatting with online.
Ooh.
And she went by the name of Miss DeLioncourt, which was apparently from this movie. So it was like her favorite movie. And so there was like, I don't know if I had some weird thing going on with my brain about that or whatever. But I like you. This was a rough one. And I think that I don't know why I liked it before. There's nothing I can point at outside of Kirsten Dunst to say that was good. There's some pretty good violence. I will say that. Like some of the violence in this is really well done. Like near the end when he's burning down that like stronghold of vampires and he's got the scythe.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Like he was doing some cool shit. Cutting bitches in half and shit. But I had another problem. They already established that burning him doesn't kill him.
Right.
Because he burns Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise comes right on back. Like, He doesn't kill them.
I didn't.
And then
yeah,
they're in, like, with the death of Kirsten Dunst and the lady who's barely in the movie, they're in, like, this pit, like a well, and the sun's going to come in and fry him. Okay, that's an appropriately fucked up way to kill someone. But they didn't even try. Like, if I were the woman, and now granted, technically, Kirsten Dunst's character isn't a child anymore. I mean, she's in child form, but she's certainly an adult in age. I would have taken my clothes and covered her and blocked her from the sunlight and then just eaten shit myself as a sacrifice. Or if I was a selfless person, I would have killed her and taken her clothes and put them on my head to cover me. Something could have happened there, but they just sat there and tanked it.
He's shielding your body from sunlight with clothing.
Now, granted, you would probably still be there, like they wouldn't let you out, and eventually you'd probably just be like, fuck it, it's better to be dead. But something. I don't know. I have big problems with this hunk of shit.
I just, like, in the movie, the entire movie, like when in the second act with Antonio Banderas, I mean, it's almost a separate, like it's a separate movie.
How? It's one thing to make Brad Pitt uncool, but how?
Right.
In the name of diarrhea, did they find a way to make Antonio and Banderas not cool?
I agree, and I think it's probably largely his haircut.
And man, when he runs his fingers through the flames, he's like, and it's like, what an emo prick. They fucked these characters up real big.
So, what were Tom Cruise's roles prior to this?
Like, he was already a household name, right? He's already done Top Gun and fucking Risky Business and possibly Rain Man. I don't know if that was before this, but
I just like
Tom Cruise.
Again, yeah, it's somebody that is cool and has played cool characters prior to playing this guy, and you make him, I don't know, like a rapey vampire. I don't. It's wild. The choices in this, like, making of this film, the choices that were made are wild to me.
I'm going to say something. I don't think Tom Cruise has a ton of depth when it comes to his acting range.
I agree.
Hear me out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. I think that dramas aren't necessarily his strong suit. I think he really is tailored to action, sort of playing badass characters sort of thing.
Yeah.
You think of your Top Guns and you think of, even the one where he's a bartender, like he's just kind of this playeristic, rambunctious guy. But when it comes to doing anything with a little more depth than that, I think he hits a wall. I think Brad Pitt is capable, but he wasn't in this. But I think that's a big miscast for me, was Tom Cruise in this movie. You needed someone, I think maybe they wanted just someone attractive, because vampires are always supposed to be sexy. I didn't find these guys to be that sexy. I thought they were annoying and dumb.
I agree. Yeah, there's the entire film is it's clunk. Like, it's even take Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise's miscast aside, and Antonio Banderas' miscast aside. I think you probably could have put Christian Slater as one of the vampires, and it probably would have been better, because he's more accustomed at this point, when this movie was made, to playing a bad guy. But he's also cool and attractive enough to kind of fit this role. So I don't understand having Christian Slater
until he tries a British accent. So that's where I think we would run into the same problem, right? So I think maybe you should have got like Alan Rickman to play Lestat. Now, granted, he's not this super sexy guy. I mean, some people might find him. I don't know. For me, he's not what I think of Heartthrob,
right?
Who I think of. But I think you'd really have to try fucking hard. Now, these people are really, really good at making cool people suck on screen. You'd have to try really hard to make a vampire Alan Rickman not compelling. They'd find a way, maybe.
They would.
But
it's just,
I just can't.
Yeah, this... I asked my wife, I was like, hey, have you seen this? And she's like, yeah, it was a long time ago. And I was like, yeah, I said, I don't think I've seen it all the way through. And so we're watching it.
Did she watch it with you?
Yeah. And we're watching it, and she's like, why is Tom Cruise being so fucking goofy? And I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. This movie, this highly dramatic movie, I don't know why he's so goofy in this fucking film. And it completely took me out of it. It's one thing for a movie to be clunky or a slog, but it's another thing for me to like be so disinterested in what's going on because of a character's or an actor's performance as a character that I'm just like, oh, I don't like when he died. I was like, thank God. Now the movie didn't get better, but
in a lot of ways it kind of got worse, to be honest. Like I think the moments that are kind of best is when they first turn Kirsten Dunst, right? And there's this my two dads sort of dichotomy there where she is this sort of evil, like kind of more into doing what Lestat does, Tom Cruise being the let's kill all the things and drink all their blood.
Right.
And then there's the vampire who doesn't want a vampire. He's trying to rein her in morally. There was at least some push and pull and something interesting going on there. And I did like that she kills, like she poisons him with the laudanum and the dead blood. But I also didn't understand, like, if you shouldn't drink blood from a heart that's stopped, how come he was killing things and putting it in a glass and then drinking it? Was that okay?
Yeah. The science of the vampires doesn't make any sense here either. Like Tom Cruise flies at the end? Like or was it Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt? Whichever one flew at the end after what's his name?
Antonio Banderas?
No. Christian Slater when he runs.
Oh, that was Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I was like,
which was a twist we didn't need.
I didn't need any of that. Like, how can they fly? Like, what? Like that is not in the movie at all. And then all of a sudden, Tom Cruise can fly. Like, I was like, what the fuck? At least in other vampire movies, they have wings. It's like, oh, they're flying like bats because they have bat wings.
Ooh, if he had turned into a bat.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what this.
There's other like
bat.
Make this an actual creature film where Tom Cruise turns into a fucking giant, humanoid bat person.
And then he has to fight fucking George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino. How good would that crossover have been?
That would have been pretty good.
I'm trying to do anything to make this watchable. You know what I hate? His fucking ponytail. Like, what I really don't like is this deadpan, I'm so cool and mysterious sort of thing that they do. And they do the shit in the Twilight movies too, but it's just so annoying and unappealing on screen. And granted, in the 90s, I didn't fucking know any better, but now this just doesn't work. Now, let me pay you a compliment.
Okay.
The costumes and set design are excellent.
Yeah.
Like, this movie looks really gothic and cool. But then people open their mouths.
It is.
I couldn't compliment it for very long.
Sorry. It is hard to understand how you get these. I mean, you just take Antonio Banderas, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, those three people, and you've got three of the coolest actors to ever grace cinema. Okay, just cool people, just like cool cool people, cool characters. I mean, just persona, all this. And you make all three of them incredibly dumb, dull, and tiresome. And it's just like, how? Why? How? That's like impossible to do, but somehow they found a way. To do it.
I like vampire movies.
I don't either, man. I don't either.
Like, I'm trying to think of one that I like. And not even Dracula Dead and Loving It's good. That movie's awful. Actually, I know my favorite is Bordello of Blood.
How about Lincoln movie. Vampire Hunter?
No, that's not.
I've never seen it, so I just popped
it. It's not good. I read the book, and it was okay, but no, Bordello of Blood is the best because it's campy and fun.
Right.
And
Tom Cruise in this movie should exist in Bordello of Blood.
No, God, he would bring everything down. Well, imagine if he showed up and just was his dull, boring self. I don't want any of these people in Bordello of Blood. The far superior film.
This one.
This movie was well loved back in the day, though.
For what, though?
I saw it and loved it. On a budget of $60 million, it made 105 domestic and 223 globally. And it was nominated for lots of awards, like your couple Oscars, mostly for score and set design, which I agree. But also the Academy of Science Fiction nominated it for Best Picture, which is wrong. I don't know what else came out that year, but
it's wrong. Okay, what year was this?
94.
All right, 1994 Academy Awards, and we will see who was. And it was nominated for Best Picture. You said
not Academy, but the SIF was.
Oh, but it was not nominated for Best Picture.
Which I think is the Nebula. No, it was not. It was only nominated for costume and
that's fine.
Soundtrack.
That is fine.
What won that year?
I'm trying to find it. 66 Academy Awards, 67th Academy Awards, and Best Picture won Forrest Gump.
Oh, hell yeah!
Robert Zemeckis won for Best Director of Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks won for Best Actor in Forrest Gump. And Jessica Lange for Blue Sky, Best Actress.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I have not either. And then Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi, vampire.
Yep.
And Ed Wood, he was supporting, and then Diane Wiest in Bullets Over Broadway.
I believe that's pronounced West. I don't know that for certain. I'm sure you said Wiest because it's spelled differently.
It is spelled W-I-E-S-T.
I just like to think that you call West Wiest.
But Tarantino won 1994. Tarantino won Best Screenplay for Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, barf.
Oh, God.
Go listen to Chronologically Tarantino. You can hear my thoughts on Pulp Fiction as well as Mark's.
Yeah, my thoughts. Eric's thoughts. Eric liked it, though, right?
Of course he did.
Yeah, of course he did.
I'm in the minority. I understand. I don't like Pulp Fiction. That's okay.
All right. Jeff, do you recommend this one?
No, fuck this. This is... I'm sorry. I apologize. Unlike you, I know when I've done wrong. And I've done wrong here. That's my bad.
Like I said, I'm down to watch anything once. I will never watch this again. But I'm glad I kind of got it off of my like blind spot because it's because it was always something that I was like, damn, people talk about this like it's a really good movie, and I always heard that Kirsten Dunst was really good in it. And nobody ever said shit about Brad Pitt being stupid and Tom Cruise being stupid in it. And like I kind of wonder why, but I think people are just in love with those two dudes as actors. That like, oh, this movie's fine because it's got Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Now they haven't been in a movie together since, but maybe that'll change soon. Maybe they'll get back together. Maybe
my wife walked in when I was watching it. And she's like, "Oh, Interview with the Vampire. I love that movie." So I don't think she's seen it. I know she hasn't seen it in a long time. So
yeah,
I don't know if that'll hold up.
I mean, maybe the F1 Formula racing movie that just came out with Brad Pitt, who's directed by.
Don't do that. Don't make me watch a racing movie.
No. I'm saying maybe the next time that Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise are in a movie together, it'll be a Top Gun and F1 crossover.
A Days of Thunder and F1 crossover. And Top Gun. There should be two Tom Cruise. There should be a Tom Cruise multiverse movie.
But
although Tom Cruises should beat the shit out of this one.
The same guy that directed the latest Joseph Kosinski, Top Gun Maverick, directed the F1 movie. So there is there is crossover. Okay. There's crossover potential there. But anyways, all right, Jeff.
I've got the damn IMDb up, and it's just running clips from this fucking movie, and I'm like, God.
So, since you mentioned this movie earlier. Wait, no, maybe you didn't. Maybe I did.
Oh.
Well, Science. All right. So,
Weird Science. Somehow you've done it. You found a way to watch Weird Science.
No. We're gonna watch a movie from 1998.
Oh yeah,
back to the 90s.
He loves the 90s.
And we're gonna bring it back to the fun times. All right.
Oh my God, we need it. Blade 2.
We're gonna watch a movie that stars one of the coolest people known in literature.
So Brad Pitt or Banderas.
One of the coolest characters of all time. All right.
Okay.
I grew up.
Puss in Boots.
Close. I grew up watching a. I don't know.
Oh, are we gonna watch?
Hold on.
Oh,
hold on.
Because you said I mentioned it before, and I did reference another movie previously. Go ahead.
All right. But I grew up watching this character. And then I know there's a TV show from way back in the day with this character.
I don't know what we're watching.
But we're going to watch The Mask of Zorro.
Oh.
Starring Antonio Banderas, Anthony Hopkins, Catherine Zeta-Jones. And I remember I haven't seen this movie in ages.
I've seen it in the last 4 or 5 years. It holds up.
Why did you see it in the last 4 or 5 years?
Podcast.
Oh, God. I mean, we can review Puss in Boots. It's essentially the same movie. It's the same movie.
I don't want to watch Puss in Boots.
Have you seen Puss in Boots?
No.
It's the same movie. Let's watch Puss in Boots.
All right.
Yes.
The original one, right?
Yes, the first one. Puss in Boots.
2011.
Is it 2011?
Yeah.
Yeah, Puss in Boots. 2011. All right. It's an hour and a half.
It'll be fun.
It stars Antonio Banderas, the voice of
Galifianakis.
Yeah. Listen.
I can't use Billy Bob Thornton though. We've already done that. Guillermo del Toro. That gives me some options.
That does give you options. It's directed by Chris Miller. I don't know who that is or what he's directed before. Oh, Miller and what's his face?
Huh?
Lord and Miller. Christopher Lloyd and something Miller.
Nothing off his filmography I want, but definitely Del Toro, Galifianakis.
Salma Hayek. We can watch Wild Wild West again.
I'd rather drink out of the toilet than. That movie's horrible.
I haven't seen that.
I've been meaning to watch this again.
I haven't seen Puss in Boots since it came out. I think I remember enjoying it very much. It's got a lot of that Shrek humor, that very deadpan, make fun of yourself, but also tell a good story humor. I'm excited. Like it, and it quite obviously the character is modeled after Zorro. And maybe, and
it is 100%, and it's voiced by the guy who played Zorro.
Right. And so like it's awesome. From what I remember, it's awesome. It's 2011, so it's 14 years ago. So I'm excited. Yes.
There's some good options here. I don't know. Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
If you pick that, I will love you forever.
So you have seen Pan's
I have, and I very much enjoy it, and I very much would like to discuss it on the podcast with you.
A wonderful film. But I have another movie I've been meaning to rewatch that I haven't watched in ages that I can do too. So, I'll decide later.
What everybody can do listening and watching at home can do is they can hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and you make sure you follow the podcast and all your favorite social media platforms. We're at Movie Draft House. Give us a like, follow, subscribe so you don't miss any future content right here on the podcast. And Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the worldwide internets. If you go into your podcast app and put in chronologically, you'll find my podcast where we review long-running, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, creative directors and shit. We go through their movies. Like right now, we just finished and wrapped our Tarantino season and are about to go back into our season on the Stephen King movies. So it's a good time to jump in if you haven't already. Also, you can check out All Things Being Sequel, where our Three Ninjas series will have just started, and it might have killed one of our three hosts.
Interesting. Tune in to find out who it killed. That's a tease.
Killed.
That's a tease.
But I mean, he's still very much alive.
It's a whodunit.
He questioned his life for sure.
Jeff, any last words?
Nope. We'll see you next week.